Beyond creating a data frame by ourselves, we can also import data from a file or export the data frame to a file. Let's first understand how can we export the data frame to a file. Let's export the data frame to a CSV file. We can use the function in the pandas, which is called toCSV function, to export the data frame to a CSV file. Our data frame is called df, right? That is generated previously through the data generating process. We have the names column, we have the birth rate columns in this data frame. And we use the toCSV function to export this data frame, df, to a file, and the file name is dataofnames.csv. Okay, so we export our data frame to a CSV file easily with this toCSV function. We can also remove the row index and the column index, the headers in this data frame. If we want to do that, we can set the index to be false and the header is false. So then we only have the names and numbers. We don't have the row index and the column names in our CSV file. And more importantly, how can we import data from a file? We can use the read CSV function to get the data from a file. To do that, first we need to specify what file to read for this data frame. Okay, we can use the file we just export, which is the data of names.csv. We can use this file to read our data. Okay, and the file name is data of names.csv. And then we use the read CSV function to get that data in the file. Here, this read CSV function belongs to the pandas library, so we call pd.readcsv to get this function. We provide the first parameter, data of the names.csv, that's the file name, and specify whether or not we have a header in the file. We have a header. We don't have a header now, so we set header is none. As a result, when we print the new data frame we read from this file, we have 5 names, 5 numbers, and no headers. Right. And if we want to give specific column names to the data we read, we can use the names parameters. So it's similar syntax we use. We use the read CSV function, provide the file name, and then set the column name to be names and births, and then we get a new data frame which has 5 rows, 5 names, 5 numbers, and each column has the name. We have names for the baby names and births for the birth rate. Okay, now let's check it out in our pycharm. To run the command we just shown in our slides, we need to import pandas as pd, that's the pandas library, and then we create the name list and the birth rate list, put them together, generate the data frame. We use the toCSV function to save the data frame to a file and then read it with the header or without the header. As a result, we can get the result shown in our slides. Thank you.